8 levels of Somali piracy. Level 1. The Barrio, the spotter. The Barrio watches the ocean from shore. He identifies target vessels and calls them in. He never touches a ship. He never holds a gun. He is the first link in the chain and the easiest to replace. You're 16. Ale, Northeast Somalia. No school, no job, no father. Your mother cleans houses for less than $1 a day. Your brother hasn't eaten since yesterday. You have nothing and you know it. A well-dressed man sits across from you outside a tea shop. Gold watch, clean shoes. How old are you? 16. In school? No. Father around? No. Who's at home? My mother. My brother. You eat today? No. Good. He leans forward. I need sharp eyes and a quiet mouth. Tomorrow night. Beach north of the old fish market. 10 o'clock. Tell no one. You show up. 30 men around a fire. Caught past until the world goes sharp. An elder presses his forehead to yours and speaks the oath directly into you. Clan. God. Silence. You repeat every word. You are not being welcomed. You are being owned. The man pulls you aside. Binoculars. $10. One lens cracked. A burner phone with one number. Low tanker. No security dome. Slow speed. You call. Slow mover in the direction. Hang up. $20. Cash. Tell no one. Talk. And your mother finds out what the oath costs. Next morning. Cliff. Binoculars up. Then you see it. You call. Your mother eats that night. 1 more month. That's what everyone says. Nobody leaves. Level 2. The Gamba. The border. The Gamba is the first man over the rail. He scales the hull, secures the bridge, and takes the crew. He earns more than the Barrio and dies more often. Everything above level 2 depends on him getting over that railing in the dark. 6 months. Every ship called in. Never missed. Never talked. The man finds you at the same tea shop. He doesn't smile. You've been noticed. South Dock. Thursday, before sunrise. Bring nothing. At the waterline, a sea healer stands with a clay bowl. Herbs, ash, smoke. He speaks Arabic over you, presses wet hands to your chest and face, ties a leather pouch around your neck. God goes where the Navy cannot. You're not sure you believe that. It's against your skin, 400 miles from shore at 3 a.m. And that is not nothing. Your skiff is a plastic toy next to the tanker, 300 meters of black steel. The driver kills the engine 200 meters out. In your hands, the spider. Rebar hooks, rope wrapped, $14. You're a ladder to a 40-foot steel wall moving through the ocean in the dark. The rule, fall between the hull and the skiff. The boat doesn't come back. You throw the hook. Metal screams on steel. No alarm. You throw again. It holds. Hand over hand. Rope skinning your palms. Black water 30 feet below. You don't fall. Boots on deck. You raise the AK. 1 in 5 boarders don't make it. They calculated that. They didn't tell you. You're cut. $20,000. The village calls you a hero. Then the 3 a.m. wake-ups start. You blame the cot. It's easier. Level 3. The Morian. The guard. The Morian holds the ship after it is taken. He manages the hostages. For weeks, sometimes months, until the ransom clears. The operation lives or dies by how well he controls fear without crossing the line that turns a ransom into a murder charge. 3 ships. No deaths. No escapes. A stranger knocks once. The Ma'alim requests your presence. Saturday. Beach south of Hobyo. Midday. A camel is roped to a post on the sand. The elder speaks 2 sentences over it, and the knife goes in. The blood hits the sand dark and fast. The meat is distributed before sunset. Your family, the fishermen, the schoolchildren, every household in 2 miles. When the village eats the meat, the village shares the crime. The silence is purchased, 1 plate at a time. You're 26, day 11. The captain stopped crying on day 4. Now he counts rust spots, 12 port side, 17 starboard. They all find something to count. Your job, the fear dividend. Scared enough to comply. Not scared enough to break. The Ma'alim calls. Captain needs to be on a live call with London tomorrow. Clean, cooperative. You hang up and think about what that means. One of your own men has been watching you for days. Polite, helpful. Polite is dangerous. He moves up by moving through you. Hostage dies, the operation collapses. Hostage escapes, you answer to everyone above you. Your cut, $75,000, a Land Cruiser, a 4-day wedding. The village calls you a hero. Level 4, the Afmihar. the negotiator. The Afmihar is the voice between the syndicate and the outside world. He speaks to crisis consultants, insurance adjusters, and shipping lawyers. He understands their systems better than they expect. He's the most educated man in the operation and the most exposed. You speak the syndicate's language and the insurance industry's language. No one else here does. The Ma'alim calls himself. Sat phone, safe house. Be there Sunday. You studied economics. Now use it. On the table when you arrive, a ceramic bowl of fresh milk. A note in Arabic, one line. Wash your hands before every call. You submerge your hands and count to 15. Cold. You do it every time without fail. There's the man who picks up this phone and the man you are when he puts it down. The ritual is the door between them. You're 31, London on the line. Proof of life before any number moves. Tomorrow, 1400. You hang up. The Ma'alim calls back in 40 seconds. Tell him the consultant works for the insurers, not the owners. Their quarterly review is in 10 days. His clock is running, not yours. Hold at 5.5, meet at 4.5. Push too hard, the deal collapses, and your name is on it. Stay too long. Your voice is on enough recordings that extradition stops being theoretical. Your flat fee, $150,000. Level 5, the Ma'alim, the commander. The Ma'alim runs the operation from shore. He coordinates the crew, manages the sahib, bribes the elders, and answers for every failure. He earns 10% and carries all the risk. He is the man every other man calls when something goes wrong. Operation after operation, every ransom delivered, every sahib paid. A driver at your gate before dawn. No explanation. 4 hours to a house in the hills. The sahib is there, tea on the table, 2 cups. The men running operations are afraid of the wrong things. I need someone afraid of the right things. The position is yours. Before the next launch, you host 7 sub-clan elders. One at a time, carpet, tea, a gift calculated to the dirham beside each man's right hand. You ask for their blessing in the waters their clan watches. The blessing is a non-prosecution agreement dressed as tradition. None of them say that. None of them want to be first. You're 41, day 23. The sahib calls at dawn. Burn rate 3,000 a day. He wasn't asking. The cop boat is late. No cot, gunmen get restless. Restless gunmen frighten hostages. Frightened hostages stop eating. A crew that stops eating kills the ransom. This morning you have a man beaten for stealing from the galley. Not because it matters, because 49 others are watching you decide. Navy finds you, your head. Mutiny, your head. Hostage dies, your head. That's what 10% is for, not a reward. A risk premium. $700,000. The village calls you father. Your daughter turns 7 next week. You promise to be home. You've been promising that for a long time. Level 6. The Sahib, the investor. The Sahib finances the operation. He supplies the seed money and takes 50% of the final ransom. He is never on a ship, never in a room with a hostage. Every act of violence sits on the other side of men and money. 19 operations. Track record. Capital. A man contacts you through 3 intermediaries. He sends a car. 4 hours. A compound you've never seen. He's 60 years old and has the stillness of a man who stopped being afraid of people long ago. He says you understand risk like a surgeon understands a body. He says go to Mecca first. Come back clean. You go. You pray every prayer. You mean every word. The title of Al-Haji closes the chapter. No one asks direct questions of Al-Haji. You understand the transaction. These things coexist. You're 52. Compound. 4-meter walls. Satellite map on the desk. $30,000 in. Skiffs, fuel, weapons, cat, rebar. 50% out. On 7 million, that's 3.5 million. Operation fails, you lose 30,000. Survivable. But if the money trail leads to your name, if one Ma'alim trades it for a shorter sentence, that ends everything. The compound, the trust, the title, the thing you built to protect your children destroys them instead. 3.5 million. Your son studies law abroad. Finish first, you tell him. What you don't say, you need him far enough away that if the walls close in, they close around you alone. Level 7. The Hef or the Shadow. The Hef is the architect above the investors. He controls the infrastructure. Intelligence networks. Money routes. Port contacts. No official role. No recorded name. no verifiable location. He does not run operations. He runs the system that makes operations possible. Everyone above you is gone, dead, arrested. You look around and there is nobody left. No ceremony, no one to perform it, so you do it yourself. Hotel bathroom, documents on the counter, passport, identity cards, everything that connects you to the person you were. You burn them one by one and wash the ash down the drain. Next morning, a private clinic, minor surgery, no records. You wake up and understand you just attended your own funeral. The last man who was afraid of anything is gone. You're 58, window, 34th floor. Ships in the harbor below, slow, loaded, indifferent. 4 names, face adjusted, 11 people between you and the nearest gun. 6 years since your last direct order. You don't steal ships, you steal trade routes. Spotters in the Suez Canal, contacts at every major port, hundreds of millions through structures that take forensic accountants years to untangle. The news runs a piracy bust, 12 arrests, 500,000 seized. You change the channel. Replaceable by Tuesday. Less than a rounding error. $340 million. You have not laughed, genuinely, in a decade. You remember the first ship, the hook, the black water, the railing in the dark. More alive than before or since. Untouchable. Until you're not. Level 8. The Zawala. The drop. The Zawala is not a person. It is the moment the money moves. Dropped from a plane, recovered from the sea, distributed through Hawala networks that leave no record. Every level of the syndicate converges here. Then it begins again. Day 34. $7 million. Parachute. GPS coordinates negotiated over 11 calls in 23 days. A skiff reaches the bales before dawn. First bale hits the deck. Someone rings a bell. For 1 full hour, nobody speaks. 50 men in the dark, around more money than most of them can hold in their heads. The weight pressing down equally. For the last time, they will ever be equal. The bell rings again. 50% moves through Djibouti before sunrise. The Malim watches the ship icon move for the first time in 34 days. The Hef reads a number on his phone, deletes it, goes back to the window. The Barrio gets a call. Good work, new position. Next step is the water. He says yes, because his mother hasn't eaten, because no one at level 1 is ever told what the water costs. At his window, the Hef watches the harbor. He was that boy once. Nothing but ocean in front of him. Right now there's another kid on that cliff, 15 years old, waiting for a slow ship. He'll become this, all of this. The machine doesn't run on money, it runs on hunger, and there's always more hunger. One more season.